much-hyped Russian T-14 Armata super tank is on attack in Ukraine. Russia has unleashed its highly touted T-14 Armata high-tech battle tank in Ukraine, in a move likely to generate worldwide attention. Advanced, long-range thermal sights, an unmanned turret, 2,000 horsepower engine and anti-tank missiles are all key attributes of the much-hyped Russian T-14 Armata tank, a reported Russian super tank operational now for many years. Now, the Armata is on attack in Ukraine, yet at standoff distances with direct fires and therefore not fighting closer in tank-on-tank kinds of warfare. To say Russia needs better and more capable tanks would be somewhat of an understatement, given that they have reportedly lost more than 2,000 tanks to Ukrainian anti-armor weapons, artillery and mechanized vehicles. There seems to be a little question that the Armata is superior to existing T-72s and T-90s, yet they do not seem to exist in truly impactful numbers and are reportedly fighting at standoff ranges without engaging in direct combat. A Reuters article from April of 2023 specifically says Russia has begun using its T-14 Armata to fire on Ukrainian positions. However, the Reuters article was also clear to cite Russia's RIA State News as saying that at the time the tanks have not yet participated in direct assault operations. Now in July of 2023, this may have changed. Are Armata tanks directly entering combat? Why have they not so far? There are several key possibilities or reasons why, it seems, as Russia would not want its next-generation tank, likely built with many sensitive technologies, to fall into the hands of Ukrainians should it engage in close combat. There have not, as of yet, been any open-source reports or documentation of an Armata being destroyed, abandoned, or captured in Ukraine. The arrival, or potential involvement, of the T-14 introduces several critical questions such as the size of the fleet and the effectiveness of some of its technologies. It may not be clear exactly how many T-14s Russia operates, so even if the MBTs are involved in combat, they may not exist in sufficient numbers to present a massively impactful presence. Multiple news reports say the Kremlin initially ordered several thousand T-14 Armatas to be produced several years ago, yet the arrival timeline seems to be in flux and may have been extended to 2025 or beyond. Therefore, the exact size of Russia's T-14 force may be difficult to determine. As for performance, the T-14 Armatas are likely to introduce protective structures, technologies, and weapons able to have a larger impact on the tanks and vehicles used by Ukraine. For example, Russian T-72s, T-80s, and T-90s, which are being destroyed by Ukrainian forces in large numbers, have reportedly been destroyed in many instances by top-down attacks. The top of Russian tanks may indeed be much more vulnerable to anti-armor attacks from weapons such as Javelin, Carl Gustaf, or NLAW's anti-tank missiles. The T-14 Armata, however, may be quite different in this respect, as it reportedly has an unmanned turret. This would of course initially make the tank much more survivable simply by virtue of removing soldiers from operating in a vulnerable position up top. In addition, the Reuters report is clear that the T-14 Armatas have been fitted with extra protection around flanks and crews and have undergone combat coordination at training facilities in Ukraine. There have been numerous reports, including many in the Russian media, citing the T-14's reported technological superiority. In an article written for 1945 and also published on Warrior Maven, the T-14 is described by Russian media reports such as GRU Pikko that the tank operates with superior thermal sights able to see and destroy targets out to ranges of 5 kilometers. Should this range exceed that which Ukrainian tanks are capable of, then certainly Ukrainian tanks could be vulnerable in large numbers as T-14s might be able to see and destroy them from safe standoff distances. However, export variants of the U.S. Army M1 Abrams are on the way, and the range and particular technical capabilities of the U.S. Army's emerging tank sights are kept classified. Upgraded variants of the Abrams have advanced, forward-looking infrared sensors and thermal sights likely able to operate at considerable ranges. As for its weapons, a report in Popular Mechanics from several years ago says the T-14's new, now in development 3U BK-21 Sprinter missile can reportedly hit ranges of more than 7 miles. The Armata's current round, the 9M119 Reflex, has a range of 3.1 miles, roughly comparable to the current Abrams, and can penetrate up to 900 millimeters of armor, Popular Mechanics writes. A report from hotcars.com presents a number of interesting technical facts about the Armata, including its 1,500 to 2,000 horsepower diesel engine.